everybody. We're actually going to do a review on this car right here. It happens to be a 2020 Chevy Camaro SS. It does have quite a bit of options on it. It does have the upgraded brake kit on it. It also has the dual mode exhaust, which is one of my favorites. Best sounding factory exhaust I think I have ever heard. I'll give you a little clip of that right here. Okay, who does not love the sound of this in the morning? Oh yeah, beautiful noise. And then also we'll go over a few other things that it has, and I've got a surprise for you in the video. We have my buddy with a 21 Camaro 1LT V6 6-speed. This particular car has got the 10-speed automatic in it with the sneak peek of the 21 with the V6 on it. He's got an MBRP exhaust on it. It sounds really good. I've actually played with him a little bit with my truck, and I know you haven't seen the truck yet in the channel. But it runs 13.5s to 13.2s depending on which tune I have on it, and will pull into the 4s for 0 to 60s. And that V6 Camaro can run away from me if we do a 40 to 100 hit. By the time we reach about 80, he is half a car length or so ahead of me. So let's get on. Alright everyone, so we're out doing another review. As you can see from the title, we already know what it is. But I gotta say, just the first little bit of driving from the dealership and picking it up, what a phenomenal machine. Easy to drive, probably plenty of power. Haven't got on it yet. We're at a light, and I'm going to take off. I do have the exhaust in track mode, so let's see what this beast actually sounds like, shall we? Let's go. Alright everybody, so here's the outside of that 2020 Camaro SS. Well, let's get back out of this parking lot and go for another ride, shall we? So let's try not to get this beautiful car dirty, being that I am in a dirty parking lot. So we'll go over a couple things here while we're coming out of the parking lot. I'm over 6 foot, and you can see I have headroom. I actually don't have the seat back all the way. So to me, that is a huge plus. I have tons of room in this car. I know a lot of people have said in the past that the Camaros and things were really small, tight if you were tall, and that's not the case with this generation at all. I'm a little bit of a bigger guy, somewhere in that 230, 240 range, 6'1", somewhere in there. I fit in here absolutely beautifully. I absolutely love it. The seats are bolstered absolutely perfect. I mean, for me being a bigger frame, I fit in here really nice. It's not like jamming into my sides or anything. If I needed, I don't know, if I wanted another car, I think maybe these would be it. It's still fairly a decent car. Oh, I just dropped y'all. All right, let's all say you guys had a long commute somewhere and you didn't want to drive just like a crappy commuter car or something. This would probably be a viable option, and the reason being is it's comfortable, it's not big, it gets really good gas mileage as long as you can learn to drive it without putting your foot in it. It goes into 4-cylinder mode a lot. When we're done with the review that I've got the car for a couple days, I will do an overall mileage shot. I reset it when I left the dealership, and I got a fairly decent commute. It's 30 something miles one way to work, so I am going to drive it back and forth to work for a couple days while I have it, so I can get some good ideas of how this car actually drives to be a commuter. And we'll kind of go over that. And I did want to give a huge shout out to Jerry Smith. If you guys are in the market, or anybody's in the market for used cars, or you want to pick up a Camaro, Chevys, they do all that stuff. If you have a car in mind you want to pick up, just let them know, and they will keep their eyes open for you and try to get you the best deal that they can. I have had a lot of people go to them and have been very satisfied with their service. So with that being said, I just wanted to make sure I give the dealer a huge shout out for letting me have this car for a couple days. That's absolutely just huge of them. So again, big thanks to Jerry Smith Chevrolet in Anacortes, Washington, for the opportunity to have this car. Okay, let's hear the difference of an SS in track mode firing up versus a 1LT V6 with NBRP firing up. Let's hear the V6. Okay, I don't know about you, but that's damn loud and sounds super aggressive. And that just sounds like American muscle. That sounds import, not import. I don't want to say import, that's wrong. That sounds European. If you
So it doesn't make any matter what I say on the... Okay, now we're going to do a leaving. I'm not going to be super aggressive on the SS because it is the dealer's car and we're doing a review on that. But give everybody a sound of how it sounds leaving, like the leaving the light. So let's do that next. Okay, so that was the SS with the exhaust in track mode. So next we're going to do the black Camaro with the V6 and the MRP. And I don't know how he's going to be. It's his car, so he can do what he wants. Let's see what he does.
By the way, that's a 6-speed stick shift car. I think we'll just kind of drive around a little bit. We'll do some more shots maybe of outside. I'll do some other things with it. I'm gonna drive it in the rain. So today's about the only dry day I'm gonna have where it's not raining. So I really wanted to actually try this car in the rain because everybody says a sports car just is absolutely terrible in the rain. So I wanted to see how that really is in person. I've drove hot rod stuff and things in the past, and you know, yeah, they are a little bit more of a pain in the butt to drive in the rain, but everybody says this rain and snow mode, or whatever that mode was, let me look again, snow and ice mode, is great for driving in the rain or in the nasty weather, things like that. So let's see how this goes. It's raining, so we'll see how the old Camaro does in the rain, shall we? Traction control off. No, I don't want traction control off. I don't know. It just sounds mean. It just sounds really good. Let's pull it out on the highway here in the rain and see how it does. Oh, this thing drives like a dream in the rain. I do have it in tour mode, so it's not like super aggressive or anything. Oh yeah, just cruising 60 miles an hour. No big deal. As long as you've got a good right foot. I mean, you could get yourself in trouble, I'm sure, if you, yeah, just driving like a normal human being. Shoot, super easy. And we'll go over mileage and stuff with it. And if you're always wondering or asking questions if you think you need heads-up display, well, I'll tell you this right now. In the rain, and it's a little dark as you can see in the video because you can't see me very well, that heads-up display is nice and bright in the windshield. I don't have to look down at the gauges. It's right there in my line of sight, just over the hood. So on to that, we're going to talk a little bit about the mileage again. I know I've kind of talked about it a little bit before, but right now it is actually, I got the cruise set at 60, so I'll take a shot of this here with the other camera. So cruise is set at 60, if it'll focus in on that, not very well. And it's in 4-cylinder mode. You can see that little green square over there. That's in 4-cylinder mode. And I don't know what it's getting instantly, but my average so far is to 20.5. So I think it's probably somewhere in the upper to mid 20s right now if I went down there and tried to find instant. 26 it says. It's hard to read on there. So that's what it's getting instant at 60. I would commute in this. This would be a great commuter car if, you know, if you needed something to commute in. Everybody's so scared that a V8's not going to get mileage. Well, these days there's so much technology out there in these engines that it doesn't matter. I mean, you're talking 400, like 440, 450, something like that. I'll put it in the description of what this thing actually makes. But it's getting that kind of mileage. And if you want to go fast, you go fast. You're not going to get mileage, but you can go fast. You'll have fun. Because in the dry, it actually, if you're not careful, will break the tires loose in certain instances. So, and it gets a little squirrely. You want to keep that in mind. I can just imagine on a wet road, it's going to be probably really squirrely, especially if it's in track mode or let's say sport mode even. Tour mode's probably going to be a lot tamer. I do notice that the throttle response is different in track mode. It's a little bit more relaxed feeling, where if you put it in sport mode or put it in track mode, it's not quite as forgiving. It is definitely tailored more towards what those modes are. So track mode changes all that stuff. If it does have adjustable suspension and stuff, track mode stiffens all that up. Also with the steering feel, that gets changed in track mode along with sport mode. So those are all things to keep in mind when you're doing, woo, let's have some fun. But with that being said, I also want to say that these cars handle freaking phenomenal. Even though it tried to kick out right there, it's so controllable. It's I don't know. It's super controllable. I mean, we'll try it again. Watch this. See? I mean, it's just super controllable. You know what it's going to do. I mean, I had one hand on the wheel, and it's, granted, okay, that wasn't probably a good explanation, a way to show it, but it doesn't get out of hand. It tracks really good when it lets go. So it's not something that's going to be terrifying or anything like that for people. You know, if you're new to picking up a sports car, or you're worried that I'm going to pick up a V8 and I don't even know if I can handle it because it's going to be so much power. Yeah, I mean that's a really good way to think about it. But the fact that it drives so easy and you can control it is absolutely awesome. And that sun is bright. Holy moly. That's what I'm looking at when I'm doing all my reviews, my driving, things like that, is stuff that you are going to drive on a daily basis. You know, nothing that's like, oh, I would, just want to have this. That's not what I'm looking at when I'm out driving these cars for everybody. I'm looking at them as stuff that you can drive daily. How do they work daily? Are they functional? Are they realistic? Are they something that you guys can use and drive every day and not be uncomfortable, not be safe, things like that. So those are the things that I look at and try to make sure that everybody knows, what all that stuff is. Neighbors are probably like, what in the world is he driving now? Every day he comes home with something different. No, not quite every day, but every once in a while I do come home with something different. So I'll get some shots of this thing sitting in the sun in the driveway.